this is Kev from the UK rock band Blitz, and we're in the centre of Nottingham playing our Easter gig. Stu.
We'd like to thank Viking Stew in the US of the Hammer Away podcast for all his support. Thanks for playing our stuff. Thanks for showing us all your love over in the US. And we're just getting ready for a show, aren't we, Matthew?
Viking Stew, Viking for you.
Viking Stew, Viking Stew, Viking Stew, Viking Stew.
Catch you soon.
Well, all right. I hope you like that little opening there with Blitz, and then you got a preview of what we look like today. And then, so as you can see, Rocktober Rocks On. We got Symphony X bassist Mike Lepond with us today. He returns to talk music and movies.
Can you dig it?
Whew. Mike, how are you, man?
I am very well. Viking Stew, it's great to be back, and it was great to see you last month, and
Absolutely.
I'm excited about our conversation.
Yes, you and me both. You and me both. Well, then I know what we're excited to talk about, so we'll just kind of leave the update as a quick thing. Let's get that out of the way. So here we are hanging out, me and my son with you up there in Joliet, Illinois, hanging out after the show, and that evening was fantastic. You guys were all over it on stage.
Thanks so much. You know, it's all like a blur because we did so many shows so quickly that I can't remember any good points or bad points about that particular show. I just remember the only thing I can remember is after that show, the bus broke down. So that's all I can remember.
I mean, and I kept in touch with you, and you were like, yeah, it showed up at like the replacement bus showed up at like 2 a.m, you said.
Yeah. Showed up at like 2 a.m. And but you know, it all worked out. It's part of the job. And I think overall we had a great tour. You know, our fans are so loyal. They come out every time.
Man. Yeah. I know I love being there, and was very fortunate that I was already going to be up north at that exact same time and coming right back through on my way home. So it was perfect. It was perfect. And I really appreciate you. Yeah, it was great being there with my son, and he loves the band. It's just, you know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Good
I
fun.
had a video that my son took, but it comes in sideways when I show it. Let me try it here real quick. Let me see if it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, that was fun. Sea of Lies. Yeah, that's probably the biggest crowd favorite. You know, every night.
Yeah, it's great. And I tell you what, I'll say it a million times over. Well, first I'll say, if you've never seen Symphony X, get yourself ready, because you have got to see them when they're back on the road again. It's a brilliant show. Everybody up there knows what they're doing. They know why they're there. And it's like I always say, it starts with, I don't know if it starts with the front man all the time, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And Russell Allen is one of the best front men I have ever seen.
Oh, I would totally agree with that. I mean, Russell, he's just like, he's a phenomenon. You know, I mean, he's fearless on
Yes.
stage. He's not afraid to hit any note, and whatever comes out comes out. And you know, he sets us apart from all these other progressive metal bands because with him, you feel like you're at a Van Halen rock and roll party.
Yes.
The music on its own is the serious part, you know, and Russell just makes it a good time. And I think that's something that sets us apart.
You know, now that you mention that, it does make me think. Do you think that some of his experience in outside projects that he's been truly blessed to have been in, especially with the Star One stuff, where there is a little bit of a drama about it? You know, there's a theatrics about it. Do you think any of that helps, or has he just always had it since you guys have been working together?
He's always had it. You know, he used to be, he was always kind of an actor because he always he used to work at medieval times for a long time.
Really?
He used to be one of the knights. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, it was great.
Was he one of the knights who say neat?
Yeah. And so, you know, to combine his theatrical experience with his love of just rock and roll. I mean, he loves Robert Plant and David Lee Roth and, you know, the singers of the 70s. So you put that all together and, you know, it makes for, you know, an incredible time watching him.
Yeah. Yeah. He really has a great command. That's what I've always thought of him. Which I think even puts him above some other frontmen that I've seen over the decades that I've been going to see bands. Just that, I mean, man, I don't know if it's just and I don't know. He just does. He just commands it. He's up there. He knows what he's doing. He's so tall and just a commanding presence. It's great. It's great. And it's such a nice guy.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he is a beast on stage and such a great guy when you see him off stage. He's a great guy to talk to. So,
oh yeah.
Well, that's enough kissing up to Russell, but but he is amazing. People, get ready for something great when you see him. Salvatore, how's it going? Good afternoon to you as well. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you being here. If anybody's got any questions for Mike, have any thoughts after we get into our next part of our conversation here, you know, let me know. Just pop it in there, and Mike and I'll talk about it and see if we have any thoughts on that. So pop that in there too. I'm going to do this, and then so I was also going to ask you. We had a chance to chat just a little bit ahead of time, and I wanted to ask you because we were talking about when things get big. Because I was mentioning about this new Blitz record coming out, and there was definitely had to have been a time when Symphony X hit that shift where you were like, does anybody know who we are? To, whoa, we've got a strong following. This is pretty wild.
Yeah, I would say when we released the Paradise Lost record in 2007, I definitely noticed, you know, that we were kind of heading to, I mean, we weren't blowing up, but we were definitely on the next level from where we were.
Right.
And, you know, and it was, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, in 2007, we opened up for Dream Theater in Europe, and at that time, Dream Theater was playing small arenas, and some big arenas in Europe. So, you know, we got to play some really big places, and that also helped us to expand and grow.
Yeah.
And you know, you had to put in the time. That's the bottom line. You can't just say, hey, I miss home. You know, we were out with Dream Theater for 7 weeks.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that's a long time to be away from home. But you just gotta. You're exhausted. You're tired. You just gotta grind it out, because if you're not going to do it, then why did you even get into this business?
Absolutely. Yes. And that's what we were talking about, is kind of how things go when you're like, yeah, okay, well, I'm doing this, like me with the podcast. This is something that you're doing. And then, but you have to, we were talking about the classic line, be careful for that which you wish. You're like, you got to be ready for it. You got to know that something's coming. And if you're doing it correctly and the way you should be, things are going to happen. And you got to be ready and know if that's truly what you want or not.
Because,
So,
when you get that big, different things are going to be thrown at you,
yep. Yep.
and,
Yep.
looking back, I really wasn't really ready for the temptations that come with that kind of a life,
Yeah.
um, so, I kind of lost myself for a number of years, just kind of succumbing to that life.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while to, reassess everything that I want out of life,
Yeah.
and to get to where I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does take a while. Sometimes it's not as fast as we think. I'm going through stuff right now where, it's not, that's not important what I'm doing, but I get it, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Like, you're not like, oh, I get it. Okay, well, I'll shift this way. It's anywhere from weeks to months to years,
Yeah.
depending on what it is and who it is.
Yeah. You got to remember, when you're in that world, everything is done for you when you're on tour,
Mm,
so,
yeah.
you're given everything you need. So you don't really have any responsibility except just play on stage, which of course is a big responsibility,
Absolutely.
but, still you're kind of pampered and everything is done for you.
Mm,
Um, a lot of women want you. And, when that first happens, you kind of goes to your ego a little bit.
yeah.
And, you got to learn to keep your ego in check and stay humble at all times, or it could turn out bad for you in life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah, it's wild. Because
Yeah.
especially a lot of times with artists, musicians, actors, you're so into what you're doing, into your craft, and there is a lot of truth for guys. I'll speak for guys. There is a lot of truth to, you've got him on your shirt right there, what Gene Simmons says, about, hey guys, I know a lot of guys who go, I'm up here because of the art of it. And you're like, yeah, whatever. Don't act like you don't notice that gal over there. You know, it's like, not like you're like, oh, I'm making this look and she looks really interested, you know?
Yeah. You can get lost in all that, so,
Mhm.
like I was saying, you have everything done for you. Um, everything, you're babied, you're pampered, and everything you say, people just agree with, because they want to hang out with you. They want you to like them. So you could easily just, your ego can get totally out of control, and you could just start talking about things you know nothing about, and everybody will just agree with you, and
Right.
you turn into a total jackass.
Mhm.
Um, so you've got to remain humble and grateful, and that will get you through it in the end.
Mhm. Yeah. And then you start, then you build that nice natural filter where you're like, well, okay, this is just somebody who's going to agree with me all the time. This is somebody who's like, oh yeah, oh you're kind of pushing back on that a little bit. Interesting. All right. Well, let's
Yeah,
talk. It's uh kind of a good check on that, because
yeah.
we
You don't just
we
stay in that bubble,
the
like
bubble.
a lot of these actors stay in, and they have no idea what's going on in the world,
Mhm.
but yet
Mhm.
talking, and then they have millions of people that just believe whatever they say because they're loved.
Yeah.
So you know,
It's yeah.
stay in
Do you,
reality.
yeah. Do you have any? And I think a lot of the things that we're coming up to these days, is that I'm doing my best to separate the things that people are saying and doing as opposed to, gee, I still really like that record though. You know, Springsteen's like that right now. He's reading off of a script, and he's got all of the money. Every day there's another person that's coming out that's got tons of money, and you're like, okay, why would I listen to you in the first place?
Right. And then all of a sudden they're a politician,
Yes. And you're like, okay, I still like Born to Run, but I don't really need to hear it well, and especially after how he sounded in some of the rallies that he played. I'm like, I don't even want to hear anything. I'm like, I'm going to go back to the way it was. I like Born to Run. I like Born in the USA. There's a lot of classic songs I like, and I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to see them in that way,
Yeah. Some of these musicians, their egos will not let them retire. And, a person like Bruce Springsteen, he's got nothing to prove. Right. I mean, he's done it all. But yet, whether he can sing or not, he's going out there, and it's ego driven. He doesn't need the money.
No.
So,
no, yeah, it's wild. Well, I see Bon Jovi's getting ready to come back out with Richie Sambora.
And
again, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and it's the same kind of thing. I watched that Bon Jovi movie where he had the operation and still couldn't really sing, but here he is. Yeah.
And I feel for those guys.
I hope it. I mean, I wish the best for them. I hope they do. I hope they have great tours, everything. But
absolutely, yeah. So. And I think maybe even that. Who knows? Maybe that collaboration again with Richie, and I don't know. It's either gonna throw a wrench right back in everything, or it could be healing. It could be a good thing to where, he feels good. He sleeps better. Sleep is the healer, man. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will definitely see. Now, just real quick, I wanted to show you the next thing you guys have coming up is you're going to be doing this tour, correct? Next year, is that, or this already happened?
No, this is March of 2026.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So you got this coming up, and you're going to be playing Mexico City and all the all the way through to Rio de Janeiro. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, South America has the most passionate fans in the world.
You are not kidding. You're not kidding.
So, when you go down there, the appreciation for what you do is it's indescribable,
Yeah. Because back in the day when you and I were growing up, we're thinking that Japan was that way.
Right.
But there's a little bit more energy in South America, I think, right? Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean it's like a religion for the people down there. They're waiting months for us to show up. So, the tickets already are on sale. They're already going crazy down there.
That's awesome.
And we're, we won't even be there till March, but they're already psyched. They're ready to go. And, the shows are just going to be off the chart, and when you see a crowd that much into it, it makes us play that much better.
Yeah. That makes me think, I don't know if will you have access? I suppose you'll have access. You'll have your phone or whatever. We could, maybe I can do an update with you on one of the in-between days while you're there. I would love to do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Love to do that. And even if, yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I won't do any funky. Yeah, we could do that on the show. We don't have to do that. But speaking of fans and stuff and how they go, I was just noticing too on your website, there's some cool artwork pieces out there that people have done.
Yeah, it's incredible. Many fans have done artwork for us. They've done wood pieces, and and a bunch of them have even tattooed themselves.
Cool.
So
Wow.
it's something that it's just such a blessing.
Right.
I'm very appreciative, and so when we go out there, we give them the best show we can possibly give them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's certainly what you do. And even myself, I had to AI us, for the holiday season here, stepping into our other part of our conversation. I had
Love,
I dropped our photo in together of us, and I said, make
love
the
it.
guy on the left into a Dracula, and make the guy on the right into the wolf and Wolfman. And I did our bands. These are Metal Fang is the fake band, and She Wolf Bites is my band.
All
So
right.
so who
Very
knows?
cool.
Maybe this will spark somebody to do a couple of bands.
I like it.
So
I like it. Let's go with it.
oh man. So that's going to transition us into our quick conversation about your favorite horror Halloween movie that you like to watch. You watch it every year? Or do you watch it more than that?
I watch it, I think, every month.
Really? Well, it's an hour and 11 minutes, and this is what it is. It's the original Dracula, which was released in 31. You can see it right there in the what am I trying to say? In the Roman numerals. You can see that down there by Universal Pictures.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that this is not really the picture I wanted to use. I grabbed the wrong one because it's got the other stuff coming through, but that's okay. Because we can maybe see some other information in there. But the thing that caught me, this is what I wanted to mention to you, is I never noticed this until now, is that this is from the play adapted by Hamilton Dean and John L. Balderston. So that was interesting to me because I did not know that it was derived, that this version was derived from a play, but I can totally see it when you watch this film.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that either. That's an interesting point. I
Yeah.
knew that there was a play
Okay.
that Lugosi was in.
Gotcha.
And I think that's how he eventually got casted as
Yeah.
Dracula. But I didn't know that it was adapted from that play. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. And the next time you see it, which have you watched it this month yet?
No, it hasn't been on yet. Like
Okay.
I watched the Universal Monsters channel.
Yes.
So
gotcha.
So it eventually comes into the rotation.
Okay. Now, the reason I say that, I'll bring it up. Why? I'll put this up first.
Yeah.
So here's the players, as they like to call them back then. It was great. I loved it when we had the credits before the movie. But God, if you had them now, people would leave. They're so damn long. So Bela Lugosi, as you mentioned, Mina is Helen Chandler. John Harker by David Manners, and Renfield, Dwight Fry. Now, I got something to say about that in a minute. He did a great job, I will say that. Van Helsing, speaking of great jobs, everybody does a great job in this movie. But Van Helsing is played by Edward Van Sloan, who I have another question when I finish. Herbert Bunston, Dr. Seward. Lucy was Frances Dade. She's in the movie a little, and she's more of a character in something else I'm going to mention here in a bit. The maid is played by Joan Standing, and Charles Gerard is Martin. Now, there are other great characters in this film. I don't have all of those credits here, but I'll show you a picture of some of them, and they are awesome. The film opens up with them traveling he's traveling. When I say that, I mean Reinfeld is traveling to Count Dracula, and we don't know why, but he's with other people, and you're like, well, I'm like, well, these guys aren't all going there. I don't remember all of them going there, but no, they stop off in this little town, and that's great to see the reactions, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it sets the stage, where you're like, okay, something bad is going on. The villagers there, do not want, because Renfield wants to go on to Dracula's castle, and the driver doesn't want to take him, and he has to talk. So he says, all right, just take me to the Borgo Pass. That's what it's called, and Dracula will send someone to pick me up. So I think right off the bat, it's like, wow, this is dark. These villagers are absolutely terrified.
Yeah, and I love the scene. Watch it closely this next time, and you probably already noticed this, but it's great how you notice the takes right now. So he's talking, and Renfeld is right up next to this guy. And he's like, no, you don't want to go up there, right? And then they have another shot where he's like adamant, and you can see that Renfeld on stage, Renfeld, they've moved him away from the guy so that the actor can be by himself and showing no, he's like being very animated. And then they go back, and they're, the camera then goes back to this shot where they're really close to each other. So it's really interesting that they took that actor away for a second to film just this guy with all this angst of, you don't want to go there.
Right.
It's dangerous. We don't go there. I don't even walk past that place. So, my uncle sold cigarettes up there, and he disappeared. So, well, maybe that's his aunt. Maybe his aunt sold cigarettes up there, and she's one of the 3 chicks that's up there. So,
right.
So let me step back just for a second. Do you remember the first time that you ever saw this film, and when it caught you like that?
I had seen it here and there growing up.
Okay, all right.
But there was one point where I watched it maybe a year ago or so,
Gotcha.
a year or two ago. I watched it, and I said to myself, "This is an incredible movie. I mean, this is really scary."
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need the gore. I was like, the acting is incredible, and this is really a dark movie. And if you saw this movie in 1931. You must have been scared out of your wits.
Yeah.
So then when it would come on, it would keep coming on, and I would watch it and learn more about it. And then I would take more notice of the characters. And like you mentioned, Dwight Fry, who plays Renfield, and Edward Van Sloan, who plays Van Helsing. I mean, incredible performances, just as good as Bela Lugosi.
Yes. Yeah, they're on. I mean,
and
for him to play Renfield, he has to be, in the very beginning, he's got to be very proper and very, businesslike, and yet charming at the same time. And then later on, just a driven, insane guy that nobody understands.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They don't see what he sees. They're not going through what he's going through, so they have no clue. And he's right on.
Yeah, he's dead on the money. Edward Van Sloan, Van Helsing, incredible performance. And of course, Bela Lugosi. I mean, you don't put Bela Lugosi in that movie, you have a different vision of Dracula for all ages,
Absolutely.
I mean, without that accent, originally they tried to get Lon Chaney to play
Really?
Count Dracula, not Lon Chaney Jr., the Wolfman,
Right.
his father, who he was in The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Thank you. Yes, I own that actually.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know. I found a copy of it, the library or something like that. That's 50 cents. I'm like, well, yeah. I'm not. How am I
Yeah,
not going to get that?
and he was in the Phantom of the Opera. So this guy,
Yes.
they called him like the man of 1,000 faces, Lon Chaney, and he was going to do it, but then he passed away.
Yeah.
And that's how
Wow.
Bela Lugosi came in, and of course, the part was forever branded as that
Yes.
that Eastern European voice,
It was perfect.
romantic, handsome,
Yes.
dark,
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's Renfeld right as they've just met. He's just brought him in and he's getting ready to serve him dinner. And he's talking, and this is where he gets the first look. Well, maybe the second look, because now there's a little secret that hangs in there, because you're looking at the driver, because like you say, he talks that guy into taking him, but he only gets him to go because he says, well, I'm meeting him at this pass, so you don't actually have to go to the place.
Right.
I just need to go to this pass. He's sending a coach to meet me here. And they're like, all right. But that was awesome. I had to laugh because he pulls up, throws that bag down. He's not like, oh, here's your bag. He's like, boom, I'm not getting down. Here's your bag. Get out. And I'm gone.
Now, did you notice who picked him up?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The driver, you're like, hey, now, if you know what Bela Lugosi looks like, you're like, hey, now.
And that
he's doing the whole job because he's got nobody living up there that's doing that.
And the classic line, when when they're having the meeting, and Dracula says, I never drink wine.
Yes. the dot dot dot. That's my favorite thing to write in text. Dot dot dot. I never drink. Dot dot dot.
That is just wow. Okay.
That's classic. And then of course he's riding in the carriage, right? And he's like, what the hell's going on? Now remember, when he gets in that coach, the driver takes the bag and his satchel. And he's got the bag down below in that little bag holder area, that little thing. And then he puts the satchel on his lap, right? And then he's on the way and he's like, what's going on? And he looks out the window and there's a bat flying by the heads of the horses, like almost drawing the horses. And he's like, what the hell? And then he gets out and there's no driver. Now,
yeah,
there's two things you're thinking. Where the hell's the driver and where the fuck's my bags?
Yeah.
Because the bags aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
And, and their bat shirt wasn't carrying that satchel. So you're like, hey, I got a couple questions. So
yeah.
He's sitting there. Here's the first look. This is the first look we get when he's just trying. He's pulling the Jedi mind trick right here. Because because Renfeld's kind of like, so you have transportation and everything, and you got all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, he's, and you're like, okay, that's a Jedi mind trick. So, yeah. So he walks him now. What did you think about that scene where he's going up the stairs and he wants him to follow him? I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because again, set from a play, and there's spider webs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's such a slow burn,
Yes.
where you finally meet the guy, and then and you know something is off, something isn't right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Renfield is definitely scared. He's definitely a little scared. It's not the Renfield that was at that inn with the
Yes.
villagers,
Yeah.
So
The confidence is melted away. And he's like,
yeah,
"Ugh."
he just wants to make the deal
Yeah.
and get out.
And I'm going to leave this. I won't spoil this for everybody. If you have never seen it, but if you have seen it and you've never noticed it, or you're like, okay, but there's something that happens when he asks him to follow him upstairs to his room. So Dracula is unaffected by it. But I will say there's some spiders in that place that would make me crap my pants. I don't
Nice.
like spiders.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Just real scary, Definitely there. Yeah, there's that one real big spider, and that. Yeah, I remember that.
Creepy. You're just like, because at first I'm thinking, huh, and then he makes his move, and then it's like, I'm like, yeah, no, nope.
Oh
Because
yeah.
now I'm thinking about that all night. If I'm that dude, I'm like, I'm sleeping here. Okay, you're gonna kill that first, right? I mean, I don't have to deal with that, right? So,
But then he brought him into a nice room. He brought him into a nice room where they could have the meeting. He's got the food,
the
and
bed.
that probably placated him for a little bit until he meets, Dracula's 3 chicks.
Oh man. So here's where he's pouring the wine, and right as he gets ready to do that line, and then of course he catches his finger on the paper clip. Yes, they had paper clips back in 1931. And yeah, and he's seeing that, but then his crucible falls out, and he's like, "No!" And he's like, "You okay, man? It's just blood." And he's like, how do you go? No, that's not it.
Oh yeah, and that was also very scary because the look on Bela Lugosi's face when he sees that blood.
Oh,
And,
that's the only thing missing is licking his lips.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, that was really scary. And
and then he starts sucking on his own finger, and you're like, yeah,
oh
you're making
boy,
it worse.
yeah, like oh boy, that's not the best thing to do.
So now here's the thing. I have to kid about this because, so he leaves, and then in come the wives of Dracula, his former victims that he's got also living in the basement.
Right.
And I just loved the way they did the scene. It just was great. You got the one coming in, and then you got the 2 coming in. All 3 of them are coming in, and that's when you're like, what's going on? And then then you see him coming in the background, and you're like, whoop whoop whoop. And
yeah, they were gonna. Yeah, I mean, they were gonna feed off him, and Dracula has to stop them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny. I think what makes these scenes very effective. There's no music. It's just happening.
Just visual
silence.
ambiance.
And I think that adds to the to the scariness of it.
Right. And the one thing, I mean, there's like a today line. You could be like, bitches, no way. But when I looked at this, I was like, because when you watch it, he's very effeminate, though. Renfield is very effeminate. He's kind of that kind of very proper effeminate kind of guy. And you're like, yeah, he's almost saying he wouldn't be interested. But you're like,
yeah,
no,
why do you got 3 beautiful women coming after you, and you're scared?
Yeah,
come on, bro.
Come on, man. And there's that. Yeah, he's coming down after him. So then they hop on the board of the ship, and there's bad weather and everything, and then they arrive, and the crew of corpses are found on the derelict vessel, and then they have the whole write up about it. His craving to devour ants, flies, and other small living things to obtain their blood puzzles scientists. So now he's at the Seward sanitarium, which comes up shortly. But
Yeah.
but first they have to go over the body and do. And is this one Lucy? Is that who this is?
Yeah, because I think his first kill when he gets to London is Lucy, which
Well, there's one.
I believe that's different than the book.
Okay.
I think
Because there is one other gal that he like meets on the street, and then he takes her out, and then you get
yeah,
the bobbies with the whistle, and he's calling it, and then all these people come over. You're like, I don't think any of you people are who he's wanting to show up. So, but
yeah, that's right. He kills that
yeah,
woman on the street.
yeah.
Yep.
Now
Uh,
take a look too when you watch it this next time. There's a scene, that scene where he comes in. After he does that, of course, he goes to the theater, and that's where he meets the main people that he's hanging with, right?
yeah.
But notice that there's almost a thing about today, or that we can see in influential people.
Hmm.
So look at him, how he relates to those people, and how they're
Mm,
just like accepting, because they're like, oh well, he's here, so
yeah,
isn't he dreamy? And you're like, whoa, slow the roll, just
yeah. I mean, they were just open arms for him,
yeah,
I guess the hospitality is was a really big thing
hmm
in the past.
yeah. And I think also the other thing I thought is, I'm trying to put myself in the place of a person because I don't know it. All I ever know about the name Dracula is vampires, death, all that. So I'm
Hmm.
trying to put myself in the place of those people, going, Dracula doesn't mean anything to these guys.
Well, he
It's just a name, right?
well he purchased Carfax Abbey, which was on the same grounds as the sanitarium. So
Right.
that they're like, oh, okay, you're our neighbor. Let's
hmm
get to know each other,
You got
and that's
money,
how
you're influential.
yeah, and then that's how the relationship starts with the
Yeah.
characters. You know,
Then they go to this. They go to the sanitarium,
yeah, that's great. Love
and
it.
this guy, he's
Oh,
trying.
Martin. Yeah,
So Renfeld's trying to eat a spider, and he's like, "No, come on, man!" And he's like, "This guy is amazing."
yeah.
Uh,
The Martin guy, he throws the spider out the window, and then Renfield goes, "Oh, Martin." It's great.
that is awesome. That's perfect, Mike. That is I forgot all about that. It's like, "Oh, Martin," and then he says something about flies, and he goes, "Wait, flies?" He's like, "No, no, no, no. I could eat flies." Oh God, that's great.
Good
And
stuff.
then here he
And,
is at the. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I
Go
should
ahead.
say, it's great because you could tell it influenced horror movies because it had the humor in it too. You know,
Right.
it wasn't just
Right.
all dark. It was fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that, like you say, that humor goes all the way down the line to Lost Boys. Speaking of vampire flicks, Fright Night. Um,
Yeah,
House. All these different movies.
Freddy Krueger with his one-liners. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of horror films. I'll be back. Stick around. Nothing like impaling somebody like that. Stick around. So here's the first time he awakens in the Abbey.
mm,
Um, and then here is Van Helsing showing up at the house, and he's got the wolfsbane, which he's just shown to Renfeld, and he didn't like it.
yeah,
That's who it was, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
right.
So,
Uh,
and you go ahead. That's a
and
great
you know,
shot.
Van Helsing, he knew about vampires, and he was the first one in the movie to put it together.
Hmm.
You know that these were vampire bites
Hmm.
that they've been seeing on these victims. So
Yeah.
you know he's prepared to deal with Dracula.
Yes. And this is a great scene where he's talking in the home. He's come to visit, and this is Mina, and she's been bitten once. He's already gotten her after he's taken care of Lucy,
Hmm.
and then the boyfriend has gone for a cigarette and has left the box open, which has a mirror, and they can see that they cannot see him.
This is a classic scene, man. This is, I mean, it's
Yeah.
mind blowing. It's, I'm like, wow, you know,
Hmm.
fantastic scene, you know, and it really makes you think, wow, what is going on, you know?
It's kind of, is it, do you think it's the moment that's the first kind of head to head with Van Helsing and Dracula? Maybe it is the
I
first
think it
time that
is.
they're in the same room, and he really challenges him. He's like,
Yeah, yeah,
"Hey, come here for a minute." You know?
yeah.
And he's like, "What?" And he's like,
And,
"Yeah."
and I forget the line Lugosi
Yeah,
says to him as he's leaving, you know,
me too.
like you know, I forget the line, something
Yeah.
along the lines of, you know, for someone who's only lived one life, you know, you're very perceptive or something like that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so he knows that Van Helsing is onto him.
And it's, oh man, that scene is just so good. So good. Let me see here if I can. I don't know why I'm having an issue with scrolling here for some reason. Let's see here. So we did the box, and so then, yeah, that's when this this maid comes in. Now, this is something I was going to mention to you. We don't really know what ends up happening here,
That's
right?
right. That's right. Yeah, I have no idea if he killed her or not.
Yeah, because it fades, and we've
Kind of left
never,
open. Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of a cool little mystery. Although we do see her again, and that's one of my favorite parts. And the reason why I have got to get this thing to be able to scroll, because I got to get to the other photos. I don't know what's going on here, but it's not going. I don't know why. That's very weird. I wonder if I can use my arrow to go down. So I took a couple of these shots because it just shows this gentleman who plays Renfeld just how, you know, there was this shot. I mean, look at that.
Right.
That's some brutal psychotic looks. He's got this very hungry look. And
Yeah.
then he's being so animated. He's amazing. Let me see if
Absolutely.
I can. I wonder if dadgummit, what is going on here? Because I've got more pictures. I don't get it. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like how it's doing that. Okay, so that's working.
Okay.
I wonder. Oh, all right. I don't know. Why is it? I don't get it.
The picture you have up right now is
Yeah.
this leads to a really great confrontation.
Yeah, and this is crazy. Why it won't go to the photos? I just don't understand. It's like I'm missing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I'm missing some of the functions here, and I don't get it. I don't get why.
Yeah. Um,
Uh,
this is when he's trying to overpower Van Helsing with his mind,
yes,
hypnotize him, and
yes.
Van Helsing he resists.
Let me see if I can. I got a great idea. I'm going around it. I'm making it happen here. Okay, so yes, and here is where he's putting the super Jedi mind trick deal on him.
Oh
trying
yeah.
to get him to come to me, and he's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, he resists.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that's the ultimate breaking the Jedi mind trick there. I'm just like, this dude's doing it. Like,
Yeah.
because at first he's coming, he's walking across the room,
Yeah.
and then he's like, and then they just show him slowly pulling away, and
Yep.
and that's when he starts talking about, you got the wolf's bane, and he's like,
Yeah.
something better than that, dude.
He's like, more wolf's bane, Mr. Renfield. It's great.
That's it. That's it. And so he starts coming at him, and that's when he really comes at him like that, and he yanks out the cross.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a great shot right there. Oh, nice
Right?
shot.
And
Real
then he
good.
immediately just pulls away, pulling his cloak and everything. It was beautiful. And
Yeah.
that was just amazing. And then this stance afterwards, I loved it. Look at that. That's some
Yeah.
kinky shit right there, man.
Yeah. He's like, F around and find out.
That's it. That's it. That is it exactly. Oh man. So great scene. So he flees, but then they hear gunshots, right? And this is the scene I couldn't wait to talk to you about, because this scene with these two. So this is where we're like, okay, well, she's okay. I'm glad that she's all right, because Renfield doesn't want to do what he's doing, doesn't want to do what he feels like he needs to do.
Yeah, he keeps asking for them to send him away.
Yeah, yeah. And he's and Van Helsing looks down at him. He goes, "Yeah, that gun's not going to do anything. You won't be able to kill that bat." And
right.
And then they have this little conversation back and forth. And is he talking about her being crazy?
Yeah, he goes something to the, I'm paraphrasing, but something
Right.
to the effect that, everybody here is loony, and then he looks to her and he goes, "Sometimes I have me doubts about you." I mean, come on, that is the timing, the comedy is just dead on the money, man.
Perfect. And then he levels the field, because she looks at him like, "You prick," and he goes, "Oh, no, I'm loony too." It's like, I'm crazy too. I get it. Nope,
Yeah.
I'm not out of it. So then the next attack comes to Mina, and then and then she and then Lucy is seen, right? There's a thing in the news that a woman in white has been seen and was trying to get children, I think, right?
Yeah. She now this is coming from the book. She would come out at night and kill children.
No, I got you.
So they kind of threw that in there.
Right. That's good. I like that. I think that's cool. It was a good way to do it without dragging everything out too much and having to make of another character in this film.
It all works. Yeah.
It does. It does. You have to know how much your audience is going to handle. And again, that's really why I do love this movie. It's just $111. You're like, that's perfect. That's you did what you needed to do within this amount of time. So in that time, Mina gets bit again, and now she's like, everything's great, everything's wonderful, when she's
almost turned. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's told her boyfriend, "Don't touch me. We're done.
Yep.
It's dangerous for you to be around me.
Yeah.
And it's all about him." Which I get.
Yeah.
It's the power of love, right? Huey Lewis didn't do the song for nothing.
She's a lot less harmful than some of my other girlfriends and wives. So, I'll take Mina. I'll take my chances with her.
but That's great. There you go. That's a shining moment in this show today. So so she says no, 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 no. But then at night she's like, yes, 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 yes. She's like, I feel so much better. He goes, you look so much better. You look so happy. And
Yeah.
then she looks at him like this because she's looking at
Mhm.
his neck as he's looking back over
Yeah.
at the fog. He goes, the fog. And she's like, your neck.
Yeah.
So
And
this look
love-
is perfect. She never strays from it. She has the look the whole time. It's perfect.
yeah, she's great. It's fantastic acting. And then again, Van Helsing to the rescue.
Yep, absolutely. And then the next thing we know, though, he's got her. Dracula's got her at the Abbey, and here comes Renfeld because his timing sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't go too well for Mr. Renfield. You know.
No, he shows up and Dracula's like, "What in the hell are you doing here, bro? I mean, come on."
Yeah, man. I guess he's got his chick up there. You know, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Yeah.
I put the sock on the door, you idiot. You didn't see that?
And
You
they
know?
fought, and I guess they, and then Van Helsing is there,
Yeah,
they
they show
come
up.
to the Abbey
There goes
with
the boyfriend
Jonathan
and Van.
Harker. Mhm.
Yep. And Renfield gets thrown. He like throws him down the stairs. He chokes him, throws him down the stairs, and he ends up. Van Helsing does check on him, but here he just takes him down. He carries him on down, carries her on down, and then is on their way back to the crypts, and
Amazing.
they get found, and then that's that's pretty much the end. But here was the thing again, right? Just as you said earlier, didn't need the gore, right?
No, you didn't need the gore. It was just scary, and it was
Mhm.
just a great story, and
Yes.
it's riveting.
Yeah.
Couple quick things I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Van Helsing, Edward Van Sloan,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
also appears in Frankenstein.
Thank you. I was going to ask you about that.
Also, Dwight Fry, who plays Renfield, also appears in Frankenstein. Yeah, and another incredible role.
Wow.
And the guy who played Mina's boyfriend, Jonathan Harker,
Yeah.
he appears in The Mummy.
Wow.
And I noticed, there's a lot of these people were in a lot of these movies in the 30s. They were just switched around. And I got one more trivia for you guys.
Okay.
Did you know that there was a sequel to this movie?
I found that out today. Was it The Kiss of the Vampire?
No.
No. Okay. Damn.
The movie was called Dracula's Daughter. I think it came out in 36.
Okay.
And it starts off, it takes place right in Carfax Abbey. The police come into Carfax Abbey and they see Van Helsing and they arrest Van Helsing for the murder.
Just like in The Night Stalker.
And he has to get representation. And then Dracula's daughter shows up. And because they confiscated Dracula's body. So she comes in, takes the body, burns the body in hopes that she'll be normal again and she won't be a vampire. It doesn't happen.
Wow.
And so it's a whole thing. If you ever get a chance to see Dracula's Daughter, it's an interesting movie.
Okay. Because the one that I mentioned, did that one show up in 30? This was 31. I was thinking, was there one called Kiss of Dracula or Kiss of the Vampire or something like that?
The only movie I know of that was Kiss of the Vampire, maybe it was in the 60s. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But
I'm just,
it would be if you ever get a chance to see Dracula's daughter, you'll see it. It starts just as Dracula's ending.
Okay.
So
Because-
that's worth seeing right there. It's how cool that is.
Yeah, because because you said two of these players were in Frankenstein, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that was the same year. It was released the same year. They were both in 31. Creature from the Black Lagoon wasn't until 54. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah, that was in the 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. Bride of Frankenstein is 35.
Yeah, that was a great one too.
And then let's see. All right, that's still the same one. Still the same. The Invisible Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sugar Monkeys. There we go. I love phones. That was 33.
Yeah, that was a great one too. The Invisible Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because here's what I started thinking is, wow. I mean, this is right after the Depression here in the States,
Yeah.
and so as they talk about superhero fatigue these days, which is a lie, because it's really just about making crap television programs and movies that have nothing to do with the characters. But you're just like, that was they really struck while it was hot. I mean, yeah, two major monster movies kind of come out of nowhere. I mean, the
Yeah.
same year.
Yeah. There was a bunch of these great horror movies that came right before. In the late 30s, there was something called the Hays Code, and it was like, it kept a tight, strict kind of code on these horror movies where they couldn't just do anything they wanted.
Okay.
They were but all these movies were just before that.
Wow.
Yeah, these are a Dracula, Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, incredible stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean that's other than that, I mean I think we covered it.
I think so. Yeah, The Ghoul came out in 33 as well. I think my final question to you then is: did you go on and do you like a lot of other horror films, or are there certain genres of horror that you really enjoy, that you dig?
I love horror movies. It's one of my
Okay.
passions. Heavy metal, horror movies, things like that. History, mythology. My favorite kind of horror movies are ones that are scary. I don't necessarily love the ones with the super gore, the super amounts of blood. Yeah, I
Right.
usually close my eyes.
Yeah, right.
But I love being scared. It's fun.
So The Conjuring was a good one to you?
Loved it.
Me too. Me too.
Paranormal Activity. Loved it.
Yes. God,
Scared
that was creepy.
the bejesus out of me, man. At the end, and it just slowly works up to it.
Oh
And
man.
at the end, I was like, oh, I was shivering, man. I was scared.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, that's what I'm basically this weekend. All I'm gonna do is hang out with my dogs and watch some horror movies, and that's it.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this movie? Because I just told this to Dave that I just had on the show yesterday. Dave Hurst. He hadn't seen it or heard of it, but his wife had, and he was watching it yesterday. Is this classic? Have you ever seen this?
Theater of Blood. I don't know if I've seen it all the way through, but there's been times where it's been on TV.
Yeah.
While I'm doing something else, and
Yeah.
I'd like to watch it all the way through. That would be cool.
Yeah, it was just so well done. I don't know. It's just sometimes I watch movies differently now, but I still really want to watch that one again. And the way that it was done, I just told Dave yesterday, I want to watch Blue Oyster Cult. I want to watch it with Blue Oyster Cult music playing, just because of some of the things that happen in it. And Diana Rigg is in it, and she's got this costume that she wears that just reminds me of Eric Bloom back in the day.
Okay.
It's great stuff. But I started thinking though today, after I was looking and doing my research for this, I was like, who ended up being a bigger horror guy later on? Was it Vincent Price or was it actually Christopher Lee?
Yeah, I mean, Vincent Price was like the man for his era. You know,
Yeah.
he was the man. But I'll be honest with you, I'll take Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff any day of the week, man. And Lon Chaney Jr.
Lon Chaney Jr., man.
Those are my guys, you know. And
absolutely.
You know, I don't know, those movies are just, there's something about them, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a really gripping story. And
absolutely.
You know, what more can you say? It's just, you know, it's fun to watch, and you learn a little more every time you watch it.
Yep, absolutely. That is true. That is true. Now, I think with the stuff that I'm looking at here, and for the reason that this isn't working, then I think we're just going to have to kind of, unless I don't know, I can't figure out how to change this thing so I can get to my regular stuff that I would do on our way out. But do like and subscribe, folks. If you dig what's going on and you're loving it, you know, do that. It helps out, and it's going to be something good that'll help build the channel, and we can talk more about some things. Let me know everything in the comments, whatever you got going on, and thoughts you have. So take it easy. I want to say thank you, Mike. That is awesome. I know from stage, Russell does this now and again, usually, and he tells us there's that new album is coming.
Right.
And I think though that there are some things getting worked on. Is that currently right?
Yeah, you know, our main songwriter Michael Romeo has a lot of different ideas, and we're just kind of putting them together now, like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll be hearing some news next year.
Awesome.
Sure. We're looking forward.
That's fantastic. Well, I thank you for being here today. Thank you for choosing this film. It's a great choice. All right, I'll admit it. It's a better choice than I thought it was in the very beginning.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to be honest. I thought, okay, that's a great choice because it's your choice. At the same time, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's great. Right. It's going to be great. And I loved it. I loved watching it this morning, and I really appreciate what it did. Take a look at those long shots when you're watching it the next time and think theater. And that's where that knowing that it was from a play. I'm so glad that the director and the set people, oh my God, the set people need to be applauded. The director needs to be applauded for all those long shots that he didn't zoom in all the time. Was a great choice and really made you feel like you were a part of an audience. I thought it was amazing. Thought it was great. So thank you again. And then I'll look for, thanks for wearing the Kiss today. I got my Maiden on today to be my spooky stuff. Are you going to watch Phantom? Are you going to watch Kiss Meets the Phantom at the park?
Well, I've seen it many times.
The Japanese one's the one you got to watch, though.
Okay, I'll try to find that. I didn't even know there was one, but I'll try to find.
Did you buy the Kiss? What are they called? Kissology? The DVDs? Did you buy those?
I had it at one time.
Okay.
I'm sure one of my ex-wives has it at this point.
well, it's on there. I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm just laughing with you. This is truly, I'm laughing with you.
Of course.
But no, it's the Japanese one, which they took one track from. It's the same movie, but they took one track from each of their solo records and injected them into the spots where you're like, okay, this is boring. And they just put those in, and you're like, oh, wow. it helps to
neat.
fill it out.
That's
It's much
neat.
better.
All right, man. Sounds
All
good.
right, dude. Well, thanks again. Thanks everybody. Sorry I don't have my usual outro with you guys, but we'll look forward to talking to you guys next time. Mike, I'll talk to you real soon, and we'll talk real soon.
We'll
Thanks,
talk
brother.
soon. Thank you, Viking Stew.
You got it, brother.
Bye-bye.